Welcome again to Blue Garden Cottage. Today we are talking about winter bedding. It's not going to be a usual how-tos or anything like that. I'm just showing you how I deal with winter bedding because on a budget we don't have some usual stuff. So I'm going to put you up on the table because my tripod's knackered as well. Everything in this house is no good, but we're making do. So I used to have a mattress protector, but they're rubbish, these modern ones. They just got this paper-like fabric on the sides and they just tear, they're useless. So underneath, I don't have an electric blanket. They use energy anyway. I've never liked electric blankets. Don't trust them. So underneath the sheet, I put a proper blanket. You can't get proper blankets anymore, not real ones. This is a proper blanket that's very old. I think I had it from a charity shop. Most of the time now you get throws and they're not even big enough for a single bed. It's not a proper blanket. So I'm sure you can get blankets at places like Dunelm or a mill shop where they'd be super expensive. Good old charity shop for me, thank you. So it's a very old one. And then the only thing I've changed for winter really is the sheet for the bed, which is a flannel cotton, a cotton flannel sheet. And then let me get all of these off. Pillows and pillows and oh, there's a load of bedding for winter because it gets cold. Right, very old flannel sheet, flat sheet, not fitted, the bottom one, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't match, I don't care. It just has to be warmer. And it's a very big one. I think it's a king size one. I don't iron sheets. There's no need for ironing sheets. If you like it, fine, go ahead. We don't iron sheets. Top of the sheet, and I put a nice new fresh duvet cover on today. That's the bottom. Oh, good shoulders for this. This is a 10.5 tog one. Anything bigger than that, heavier than that, is just too hot. I don't normally use a top sheet because during the summer you just take the duvet cover off and wash it as often as you need to, like the sheets. But in the winter, we're not doing that much washing that would normally go on the wash line because it's not going to dry in the cold. So on top of the duvet, I got a quilt. Now which way is this one? For the pillows, I use double layer of pillowcases because the one inside acts like a pillow protector. Then the top one is easy to take out. Oh, it's nice and inviting. Top ones just for decoration. And the bed looks better with it. These are usually just to protect the bottom of the bed if you lie down and you've got your shoes on. Who's going to lie down with shoes on anyway? That is the winter bed, nice and warm and cozy, lots of layers, blankets always the best, but we don't have that many blankets. And if it's too hot, you can just pull a layer off. The sheet, the top sheet is important in the winter because, like I said, it's an easy thing to take off and wash. If you're getting really warm, taking sheets off easy and washing them is much better than having to take off the duvet and the duvet cover and having that done. So it makes washing bedding so much easier if you can just whip off the sheets. So it's cheaper and far more effective just to clean the sheets. And flannel for winter. The children's bed in the other room will get the same treatment. Even the baby's travel cot, I put a blanket on the mattress and then a sheet. And on the sides of the cot, I've got another huge big quilt, and that goes almost right the way around. I drape it over the sides, so the sides of the baby's travel cot is covered as well. So it's like a nice little cave, warm tent kind of cave in there, and then I drape a blanket over the top, except for a little bit of the top of the travel cot that stays open, so there's still airflow, but it's because he hates sleeping with blankets on. He really hates blankets, but this is like a nice little warm cave for him, so he sleeps better in that. And that is the winter bedding. These are lined curtains, but they're cotton, they're not very heavy. So I found another extension, what do you call it, a tension rod. I'll put it up higher, and I will put another layer of light curtains on there just for an extra layer. So I'll put another layer of curtains on the inside. Like I said, the one worry we have with all this warming up and not using the heat in is the ventilation. Our windows luckily have a vent on. We can just open that a bit, and in the morning we have to wipe off all the windows because of the condensation. Otherwise we're going to end up with nasty black mold, which will cause lung problems. Okay, another thing that I will show you next time is we have put up brackets and wardrobe holes to put a curtain up there, but it's not going to come down. It's going to go all the way down to there, so it'll be like there'll be a false ceiling with fabric. So the fabric hopefully will help to keep a little bit more of the warmth from disappearing up the very high stairwell. So there'll be another video I'll show you that, and it'll be warmer stairwell part 2. But yes, we just made do again as always, using a piece of wood with a cutout, and just put that on the wall so that we could put a pole up on the wall. Of course I forgot, it's my fault. I said I wanted it in line with the window when really I wanted it to go all the way up, but I clean forgot. Either way, it's going to make a difference, I'm sure. And it'll feel warmer, and it can just come down in the spring again. I could even hang Christmas decorations on the ends. That is our winter bedding. Oh, that's one of Darren's paintings that he did many years ago. I love that because it's so bright and colourful, and it's my kind of style of painting. I love it. I need to frame it really. Warmer winter bedding, nice and cozy and warm. I hope that helps you to feel like you don't have to go out and buy a huge amount of very expensive new winter bedding, heavier top duvets, warmer blankets, all the whatever else you need to change your whole bedroom. Just use what you've got. That's what I've done. I'm just using what I've got, piling on the layers and making do. The next other part of bedding I'm going to be using is the hot water bottles. I'll be sticking a hot water bottle in the beds for about an hour before we get in. That will help warm the beds up nicely. So keep watching and we'll see what else we do to try and warm up this place during winter with using the heating less. I will use the heat in when the grandchildren are sleeping over. I'll put it on at night before bed. They will have hot water bottles warm in their beds as well, but I'll put on the heat in for them at night and first thing in the morning because I get up before everybody else. So I'll put the heating on then for them when they sleep over. But other than that, we're not using the heating. And I think it would help just those 2 nights a week and 2 mornings a week to help prevent too much damp. Because already, I mean, we've only started getting colder nights in the last week, and already things are getting damp. My fruit leather I made the other day, I had it in the kitchen. I didn't put it in an airtight container or in the freezer, and already the fruit leather is softening, so we got to use it, which is crazy because it was bone dry when I dried it. But it proves there is moisture in the air. And the washing, because of course we hang in the washing up on shower rails, the shower curtain rails, normal bedroom curtain rails or living room curtain rails, downstairs mostly, not upstairs. I'm avoiding putting laundry upstairs because we don't have the heating on, so it dries downstairs when we've got the fire going. So that limits how much washing I can do if I can only hang the washing in the living room when the fire is on. I did put washing outside yesterday because we had a beautiful sunny day, and it was just enough to almost touch dry the washing. It was still slightly damp. So when we lit the fire, I'd put the fire guard away from the fire in another part of the room and the clothes horse, and just hung everything on there and on the curtain poles in the living room, just to air the clothes that I'd washed and hang out on the line. But the weather's turning, and when it's raining and really damp and cold outside, it's not going to dry. It's just going to freeze solid. So I have to hang the washing indoors. So it'll be doing less washing, laundry. So we've got to find a way of coping with doing less laundry, making less laundry, just to keep the house from getting too damp without using the heating. That is one trick. So I'll be wiping down windows every morning, airing beds. Beds are going to have to be aired. Curtains are going to have to be aired somehow. And I'm not using that tumble dryer. That's one of the most expensive things to run. Well, there you are, folks. Things to think about. It's a homemaking week. I think I've got one more video for you, which I think is is it the fruit leather one? And it's doing with the acorns. I think so. I'll show you that. That's our wild harvest one. So there's one more video this week, and that'll be the wild harvest. Oh, don't forget, a special thank you to new subscribers and those of you who have stuck around with me from the beginning anyway, and who are here every day and every video that I post. Thank you for watching. Thank you for those who subscribed, and thank you for sharing for those who shared. I appreciate your support, and it really does help. I hope you have a good few days. Take care, keep warm, save money, and make do. I'll speak to you then.